People are such haters. Someone just said the way Los vibe to a song is weird as hell. Like, do you even understand the level of hatred that is? You're mad at the way I vibe to a song. That's like next level, bro. That's like.
Hello?
How have you been living since our last discussion?
Well, you see, I got a mustache, so must be doing pretty good.
Oh wait, that's new.
I don't think I had it last time.
Listen, I just watched your review.
Wait. I have some questions. I know you just watched my review. Okay, you can
Okay,
do your little,
okay, yeah, go ahead.
You can do your little intro. I just want to ask you some questions before we actually like start debating everything.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so all right, here's some preliminary questions. Just to sort of like I want to get your sense. I actually didn't watch you reacting to the review. So I did that last time. I didn't want to do that this time because I just wanted to kind of get, I wanted to hear your thoughts in real time. So I wanted to know, so where do you feel like this record for you, where does it rank in Drake's overall discography? Is it like one of his best records? Is it like top 3, top 5? Like where do you feel like it sits for you in terms of like all of his other records?
I think... as far as like the albums where he's basically just rapping for the most part, like If You're Reading This Is Too Late, What a Time, those, I mean, I got this above What a Time to Be Alive right now.
Okay.
I got this above that. I don't know if as in all his albums, that's like an impossible. That's like an impossible thing. Where do you rank it?
I mean, I don't rank it low. I think it's pretty good in his overall discography. I would say it's around in sort of like a Take Care ballpark. But like you say, it's kind of a different. It's for way different reasons than I like Take Care. You know what I mean? It's you kind of have, as you kind of already said, you almost have to kind of rank it along the same lines that you would What a Time to Be Alive. And yeah, I kind of almost like it a little more than that. Even though I maybe rated them on the same plane, it is a longer and a bigger and a more robust record. There's a lot more going on in it. What a Time to Be Alive does have some bangers, but it's kind of a shorter project. This one has a lot more going for it as far as like, overall like runtime and material.
So if that's the case, and you have it like with Take Care and what it's or did you say it's If You're Reading This Too Late?
I like it less than that, but I still enjoy it. Hold on, I have a couple more just like quick questions.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Go ahead. Let me hold on 1 second. I need to get a notepad real quick. I'm gonna forget this.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
What do you have a favorite track and a least favorite track?
You know what? I really like. I can't decide that. I really can't pick it. But one track that I saw you didn't like, Hours in Silence. That's one of my favorites. So that's where we're gonna. That's
okay. We can get into that. And do you? Have you memorized a melody from the album? A single one?
Several.
Several. Nice.
Several.
Nice.
Several.
And would you say, okay, and here's two more questions. Mm-hmm. Have you taken this album on a Drake and Drive yet? Has this album been on a Drake and Drive?
It's been on a few.
Okay, all right.
It's been on a few already.
How do you feel like this record compares with other Drake and Drives?
And matter of fact, because as you know, I was in Paris. This was actually a Drake in flight.
Whoa! It went on the plane. It was on a plane. Wow. Okay, so
and anyone who's flown and listened to music knows.
Wow.
Shit hits different in midair, bro.
Right. Absolutely.
It hits different in midair. So, but yeah, no, go ahead.
Okay. Last question before you tear into me. In our little dynamic that we have going on, who do you feel like is Drake and who do you feel like is 21 Savage?
Listen.
What?
That's an
It's
impossible.
a serious. No, it's not. It's a serious question. Who do you
That's
feel
an
like?
impossible
Who is
question.
Drake and who is 21 Savage between the both of us?
Listen, dude.
What?
Drake and 21 Savage work together, bro.
Okay, we're working together.
I'm coming on here.
We've done more collabs than Drake and 21 Savage. Like I think we'd answer this question or leave it up to chat.
But not on purpose though. Like
not on purpose.
Started off.
I literally
angrily.
scheduled this into my fucking calendar. It couldn't be more on purpose.
No, listen. Now I get it because I need But I'm saying when it happened, I was very angry, bro. I'm still angry because I'm like, dude, what the fuck does Drake have to do?
What? Wait, who is Drake though? Who is Drake? I want to know who's Drake. We cannot continue until we finish this question. Who's Drake? Who's 21?
Dude, obviously you're 21 in this
Oh,
scenario.
okay.
Obviously you're 21 in this scenario.
Obviously.
Like it's not. No, you know what? I'll be 21, bro. Fine, you can have it because I think you like love Drake, bro.
You know, listen. I would give you Drake aesthetically. I think aesthetically you're Drake and I'm 21. But I feel like on a core level, I'm Drake because I'm a Scorpio. I'm more sensitive than you. I'm more sensitive. I'm a more sensitive boy. And I don't have a third one.
Before we actually even talk about the album, listen, I to be honest,
what?
I didn't appreciate the words that you had for Drake. This happened like a couple months ago, maybe. I didn't appreciate it.
Do you mean with the DMs thing?
Yeah, where you forged DMs.
Yeah.
And made people believe that Drake was sending you cookie recipes in the wee hours of the morning.
Well, I didn't appreciate what he said to me. He rated my existence a light 1. He brought up for some reason the race of a partner. And then rated me a light 1 again, and I thought that was kind of mean and a gross thing to do and say in the middle of the night on a Wednesday.
So what's meaner, doing like an inside joke with you?
There was no joke. That was not a joke. There it was not inside. It was not.
There was no inside joke.
That was just him being overtly bitter.
Dude, I don't see it like that. I don't see it like that, bro. And I don't know. And then, but listen, answer this though. What's meaner, that or literally making up an insane, like.
What I did was literally an inside joke because nobody who has this working up here would actually think that Drake sent me a cookie recipe. I created an inside joke between me and him because
guess what?
Because again,
me and my brother were sitting there. He's like, "Yo, dude, Drake sent Fantano a cookie recipe." I'm like, what?
You literally are obsessed with Drake. What makes you think, with everything that you know about Drake, that he's sending anybody a cookie recipe at midnight on a Wednesday?
Here's the thing. I'm not obsessed with Drake.
But the thing is, you know enough about Drake through his music and his persona to know that is not within his character.
How am I gonna know what you're doing? First of all, Drake's done funny shit. I don't know. Maybe he did that. I don't know.
No, he would never do that. He would never send me, of all people, a cookie recipe in the middle of the fucking night.
Dude, obviously now that you've been exposed, we know this. Okay? But pre your exposure, there were people running around. There were major news outlets running this story. Oh, Drake hit up his greatest hater and gave him a vegan cookie recipe. So stop this. Stop this nonsense, bro. You know what no. And you're laughing because you literally know I'm right.
It was a fucking shitpost. Why nobody should have taken it seriously. There was nothing to take seriously. Like, Drake would never send anybody a fucking cookie recipe. I guarantee it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean...
Drake's not even a vegan. Like, why would he send anybody a fucking vegan cookie recipe?
You know what? You seem to know more about Drake because I don't know if he's vegan or not. How do you know this?
I don't, because people who are usually vegan are loud and annoying about it.
Oh man, you know. So yeah, I didn't appreciate that.
Okay.
But it's fine. I think whatever. So onto the unless you have more, I want to get to this review.
I don't have anything else to say. I think we have a good Drake and 21 Savage like rapport going, and I'm just happy about it. That's all I got to say.
Okay.
And I think your beard looks good, per usual.
Okay. I
great.
appreciate that. The mustache is on point.
Thank you.
But listen though, for real, see, as a Drake fan, right? Like I enjoy Drake's music.
Right.
I'm talking to the ops right now, bro. You're in opposition, bro.
You are, but I feel like on this album we should be less ops. Like you enjoy Rich Flex, right?
But I'm saying you did this to yourself. I didn't do this to you.
Come on, man. Come on. Listen, we both enjoy Rich Flex. Los, can't you do something for me? Talk to the ops next for me. Come on.
No, stop trying to recreate what happened with the Kendrick thing. Stop trying to recreate
Come on.
No, we're not.
Wait, here's a question. Here's a question about that track. Do you feel like do you identify or do you agree with do you think the memes about that track? Do you feel like Drake got a little too buttery on that part of the song?
Dude, absolutely not. But again,
I actually agree.
Funny.
I actually like that part of the song. I like it.
Yeah, like, bro, it's just so like people have run out of things to say about Drake, so now they just make up a thing that he's like being fruity. When it's like anyone else could do that and it's not fruity. Like, oh, Chad, it's so zesty, right? Why didn't no one say that when we listened to the album? But you went on TikTok and some dude made a weird edit. And I love these guys. They think they're making fun of Drake, but in reality, they set up a camera and they're in the room twerking on the camera. You're a grown man. But you're making fun of Drake, though, right? But yeah, no, go ahead.
It is. I think the memes are funny, but I do legitimately enjoy that part of the song, and I do think it's a fun part. I like that part,
I love the opening. I love the opening.
Opening's great. I like the beat switches. I like Drake and 21 Savage. I think they bring good chemistry off the bat. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I think it's a great start to the record. I'm glad you would enjoy it. You enjoy it too. That track is hard. Major Distribution is hard. Did you like On BS?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. On BS is really
and
fun.
I like too, because we just skipped over Major Distribution. I like Major Distribution because it did one of those things where you think it's going to be a certain type of song, but then it switches. And they did this a few times. Yeah. Which I like that because it's nothing was really predictable in the album.
Yeah, there were some pretty good intros, and like what you said on that track, it has like that kind of big, illustrious, pretty intro, and it's really extravagant, and then it just kind of goes into that low-key trap thing right after.
Yeah.
There were some cool switches and stuff. What did you think of so here's a question, like 3 a.m. on Glenwood, when 21 Savage is kind of like doing his Drake thing, he's like doing a Drake. What did you think of that track when like 21 Savage was like, I'm just basically going to do a Drake diary type track here and see how it kind of pans out? Like, what did you think of that?
See, I like 21 Savage a lot.
Yeah.
And I saw what you said about it, how it sounded kind of goofy. I think you just thought it sounded goofy because it's like he's not usually like that. He's just talking about like murdering and shit.
A little bit. Yeah. I think vocally he just sounded a little out of his element, because 21 Savage is not the most expressive guy, and I feel like that song kind of requires that kind of Drake level of moodiness,
I'm not gonna lie, that beat when it came on, I was like wishing it was a Drake song.
It kind of is, but but just 21 Savage doing it.
But it's just 21 Savage. Yeah, but I like it, and I like 21 Savage. This might be like an unpopular opinion, but I like his album. I forget which one what it's called. Oh, Issa. I like that, even though people kind of shit on that. I actually like some of those songs, and he has songs kind of like that on there. But anyway,
yeah. All right, so. All right, so listen, we like the first 3 tracks. Right after that is Back Outside Boys. I like that track. The solo Drake track, I think that one's a solid one. And you know, it's got little Yachty in the background, kind of going crazy a little bit. I think that one is a solid one. For me, where the record starts to fall apart is I think Privileged Rappers. Now, did you fuck with that track?
Wait, I need to hear the intro to this one so I remember.
Yeah, go ahead. Do your thing, Los. Do your thing.
Dude, let's have sex in a bank, dude. That's one of my favorite songs on the album. What are we talking about?
I think the thing about that track for me, and this is where we can start fighting. This is where a little bit vocally, I think Drake starts to get back into, I'm kind of emotionally checked out Drake, which I have not liked very much from his past couple of records. On the first 4 tracks, I think he sounds way more animated, way more in your face, way more like he's hungry and he's like here to mess things up. And on Privileged Rappers, I think he kind of tones it down a little bit.
Well, it's a different kind of vibe. I mean, he's literally saying, "Let's have sex in a bank." So this is more of like he's not trying to like. I don't know. This is it's just a different vibe of the song. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's more low key. I mean, I don't think the track is awful.
Listen, I've heard. Hold on, wait. I'm not going to skip past these subtle little jabs at Drake.
I'm not. You don't have to skip anything. You know, we can keep talking about the track. I'm not trying to move on to the next track.
No. This is the thing. Yeah, I've heard you say this many times about. He's like, he's being lazy, or he's like, he's like checked out, or whatever.
Crazy, go.
But like, how, bro? How do you know how he's mentally feeling about a song?
It's not about him, how he mentally feels. I could just hear in his voice, he does not sound as animated or as engaged on the song as he does on the past 4 songs. And that's all I'm saying.
All right, so let me ask you this, because you love Kendrick Lamar so much, bro.
Yeah.
You just love this guy. He can do no wrong, right?
No, he can do wrong. I've rated some of his albums kind of, some of his records kind of mid. Damn, I don't really like Damn all that much. I think it's pretty good.
That doesn't even make sense because that's probably his best.
I know you would think that's his best record, but whatever.
Dude, that's fine. That's fine. We can get into this. That's fine. Whatever. When Kendrick changes his voice and has 17 different voices, that's fine, right? That's okay.
On some tracks it can get...
Drake switches his voice a little bit, and now Drake is mentally checked out, and he's all these things. Do you see a little bit of a little bias here? Little bit of it's not making a lot of sense, bro. You know what I mean? I want to hear your answer to this one.
Well, no, especially since I'm not saying that is the case across the board on the entire record. I'm like literally singling this one track out as kind of having this issue.
No, that's fine though. But I'm saying I've heard you say this on other albums and other songs,
and so clearly, I'm not just applying that criticism across the board because I think there's actually, that one track does stick out to me in that way, but the vast majority of the tracks here, I don't think that's the case. In fact, I think the next couple of tracks. The week late, obviously Hours in Silence I'm not crazy about, but Spin About You, for example, I think 21 Savage is kind of the weak link on that track because that's when we kind of start getting into more kind of like low key, moody, like, Drake kind of territory where I don't think 21 Savage makes as much sense. I think 21 Savage makes sense on the cold-blooded shit. I think that's where he's like in his element. But on a track like Spin About You, I think he sounds a little like a, fish out of water. So
you think Spin About You could have just been like a Drake solo?
Maybe.
Or Drake with someone else or something.
Maybe, yeah.
Okay, I can kind of see that. But again though, Spin About You, I really liked it. The hook, like I really like that song. I don't know though.
Let's get into the tracks we disagree the most about. What the hell do you like? So this is where I feel pretty strong. What the fuck do you like so much about Hours in Silence?
Dude, just the part where he's like, I gotta turn my bitch up. That shit just makes it a good ass song right there. It doesn't matter what happens the rest of the 5 minutes, bro. It doesn't matter, bro.
So that one thing can happen and the rest of the song can just be trash, but it's amazing?
Well, no, I was saying if it is trash, but the rest of the song isn't trash, you just weren't listening, bro.
Dude,
you weren't listening.
The 21 Savage sung portion is bad. It's not good
Well,
singing.
that's the first like minute. Like, let's talk about the last.
That's like in the middle. That's like in the middle. And then the thing is, like after that, you have that boring, long Drake sung Odyssey that goes nowhere and takes up most of the fucking song. Like
Wait,
that could have lasted a minute and it would have been fine. But instead, it like goes on forever.
Okay, but if that was The Weeknd, though, you'd be like, oh my God, dude, he's tapping into some shit we've never heard before. But because it's Drake, oh, dude, what is this? It didn't go anywhere, bro. This is like ridiculous. The dude's pouring his heart out. And this is what you're saying, bro.
He's pouring his heart out?
Did you even listen to the words, bro? I swear to God, I feel like people don't even listen to this.
There are parts on the record where I think Drake is pouring his heart out. I think on the last track, he's pouring his heart out. I think he's getting pretty raw and emotional and personal. I think on, even though there is kind of that Serena bar that I think is a little bitter, I think on Middle of the Ocean, he's pouring his heart out. And he's doing diary Drake. He's doing personal, sort of like check-in mentally Drake. I think he's really kind of pouring his heart out on those tracks. To me, the vocals and the delivery on the whole back end of Hours in Silence just felt like just boring, just felt soulless.
Yeah, I did see you on Twitter trying to get some Meg Thee Stallion fans and Serena Williams fans. I saw that, dude.
You saw that? You saw me trying to get their fans, trying to get their fans.
Very clever, dude. You're not fooling me.
I don't think
Twitter. You're
Serena
not fooling me,
Williams fans give a shit about me.
That's fine. That's fine. Whatever. But like, listen, the Meg Thee Stallion line, that wasn't even a Meg Thee Stallion line. That could be applied.
No, don't. Okay, now wait a second.
It's like a double
wait 1 second. Wait one fucking second. You're gonna convince me that earlier that like, everybody thought that cookie recipe was real. Everybody thought it was reported on major news outlets. But you're gonna fucking tell me right now it's like, no, that's not what he meant. He wasn't actually referencing the one rapper that everyone knows is being named Stallion.
Well,
he's not doing that. He's not doing that. That's just a misconception.
Are we not going to talk about the facts here? That it was basically proven that she actually never got shot. Are we not?
Okay, wait, time. That's now you're actually saying he meant to say it. So did he mean to reference her, or
no? I'm saying that you could apply it to that, but it's like a triple entendre.
Okay, so wait a second. It's a triple entendre.
It's a triple, bro.
Okay, so we know the first meaning would be the literal thing that he's saying. The second meaning would be the Megan Thee Stallion reference. What would the third meaning be if it's a triple entendre?
Because I don't know what you mean. What you think the first one is? I don't.
Do you know what the word triple means? It means three. No, so it's like we need three things.
I understand that, but I'm saying, what did you just say? The first one is what?
The first one would be to read the lyrics that he said and take them literally. Because
what does that mean? And what does that mean? What does it mean?
The woman was getting shots, as in like to drink.
Okay.
Fine.
When you
look, so you just take the bar literally.
Okay.
So that would be the first meaning. The second meaning would be the connection to Megan. What would the third one be if it's a triple entendre?
The third one would be girls lying about getting like Botox and shit. That's what the third one would be.
Oh, okay.
She's lying about it. It's a triple, bro. It's a triple. I've read the lyrics front to back twice, bro.
Okay.
It's a triple. Now listen. We're not going to get into the legality of this shit. I can pull up court documents. We could make this a 4-hour stream.
I'm not debating with you about whether or not Megan Thee Stallion got shot. That's not what I'm debating with you about.
Yeah, but you seem very bothered by it. So I was like,
wait, you brought it up first.
No, because I saw your tweet. Or like you retweeted or something.
Okay.
And I thought that was really like, dude, why?
Well, yeah, I just think it's, obviously, look, let's come on. Let's not be stupid. Obviously, it's meant to reference Megan Thee Stallion. Like, obviously, it can have the surface level meaning about the butt shots and everything. Like, fine. But, like, come on. Like, is she still a stallion? She lied about getting shots? Come on. Come on, dude.
Someone is very upset in my chat saying you don't review Tory Lanez albums. Is this why?
I have reviewed Tory Lanez albums. I mean, they're not very good. And I didn't really, and see, here's the thing. I didn't really review Tory's music like that before the Megan Thee Stallion thing. So it's not like the shooting thing happened and then I stopped reviewing him altogether. I just didn't really think he was that interesting of an artist to begin with.
You know what? That's really crazy. But you somehow have this thing against Nav. You despise Nav, but you review all his shit. But Tory Lanez,
I think Nav,
who's better, Tory Lanez or Nav?
Tory, I think see, here's the difference between Tory and Nav for me. Tory is kind of bad in a very unspecial generic way that you can't really put your finger on, you know. It's like no, let me finish. In sort of like a non-specific generic way to where he doesn't really have a specific sound or vibe. Like you could put a gun to my head and I could not tell you what the fuck a Tory Lanez song sounds like, because a Tory Lanez song doesn't fucking sound like anything. Like Nav, for example, though, Nav is kind of uniquely especially bad. And I could actually pick Nav out of a crowd pretty quickly because he does have sort of like a very unique delivery and vocal tone and, you know, everything.
You know what? I'm not even going to argue because we're talking about Drake here, and Drake is obviously on a different level. But I like Tory's music. I don't know what happened. And I also like Nav's music.
Okay.
And I understand, it's like I'm saying these things, and now people in the comments are going to be like, oh, dude, yeah, well, it explains a lot, bro. You like Nav. Haha. That's fine, dude. But Nav gets very fucking deep. He gets very deep. It's very, you got to look within.
What's the deepest thing Nav has ever said?
Dude, the intro to his last album, he said, I got me. He can count on himself. Like, that's some deep shit, bro.
That's it? I just asked you what this man's deepest bar is, and you said he's got himself? Is the deepest thing that...
Dude,
is the deepest thing this man's ever said?
It's not the deepest. I would have to really sit here and think about that, but I'm just throwing something out there, bro. All right? Because at the end of dude, I can see your camera, bro.
Yeah, I know you can. I literally turned my video on. I know you could fucking see me. I know you're seeing. I want you to see my expression and see that I am looking at you and thinking you are being ridiculous right now. That is what I want.
All right, you know what? Let's move past this.
Do you want me to turn my camera off so that you cannot see how I'm reacting to you?
You know what? No. Go ahead. Just keep going. Keep going.
Okay, so we've talked about Hours in Silence. What my next least favorite track on the record? What did you think of Circo Loco? And we don't need to get back into the Megan bar because honestly, I feel like there's so many things about the track that suck that have nothing to do with the Megan bar.
I think that when I think I like this song, and I think it's cool to and people might disagree with this because, you know, whatever, but I even like the Drake song Staying Alive shit. I just like when an artist, not just Drake, but someone does like a version of an old like hit song. Mm-hmm. Even if you're like, oh dude, it didn't sound as good, like I don't think anything will sound as good as the original like hit song. But like just doing that is just cool. So I'm not gonna shit on it because I want like more of those, you know. To chat. That's not a sample, bro. It's called, what is it called? Like, you know, music shit. It's like a.
Okay, so if you what happens in the instrumental would be a sample.
That's a sample. I'm talking about him singing.
And what Drake is doing, singing it and working it into the track, is an interpolation.
Okay, yeah, that's what the word is.
Although it is kind of it's kind of a unique. You know, usually an interpolation melodically is employed over an entirely different kind of track and that sort of thing. Whereas with this, he's actually literally singing the melody to that original song over the sample that it was literally meant to be over. I mean, I guess it technically counts, but it's a little bit different because, you know, he's literally reminding people of the song in two ways, of the way the sample is kind of running in the background and with him like literally singing the chorus melody over the top of it on the track too. So, you know, I wouldn't say it's a cover, but you know, it's like his own little revision in a way.
Which, like I said, I like when artists do that, so I'm not going to hate on it for someone attempting that.
Okay, well, I can do that because I don't think it's done very well, and I mean, just as kind of like a baseline, I feel like the preeminent like hip hop Daft Punk crossover, you know, has got to be Kanye, you know, obviously, you know, Flashing Lights, that sort of thing. Not Flashing Lights. What fucking track is it? Off of Graduation. It's fucking escaping me right now. It's gonna pop up in chat in a second.
Yeah, I can't believe. Yeah, stronger. I can't believe.
Yeah, stronger,
Yeah,
stronger.
that,
But
was
yeah, I
my,
mean,
that was
I feel like what
my
Kanye
favorite song
does with
that-
the Daft Punk sample on Stronger is so much more creative and in depth, and he like really kind of chops it up in an interesting way. Whereas like Drake is just kind of like letting that horn sample run in the background, and then at some point he's just kind of like half-heartedly singing the chorus, and it's like whatever, you know. Like I don't really feel like it's an exciting version. I feel like if you're going to touch a song like that, you should kind of give it your all, you know.
I get what you're saying. I think maybe when Kanye did that, it was more of a big deal. And I feel like now there's just a lot of older songs that are just coming back into new songs that it's not like a, that wasn't like a big deal to Drake. That's not like a big. I get what you're saying. You're like, oh, treat it like a big deal, but it just isn't.
Well, maybe you shouldn't do it.
I mean, what was that? What was that fucking song? This is like the worst version of like an older song that I've heard. Is what Jack Harlow did. Where it was like basically
with like the Fergie track, and yeah, no, that was pretty awful. Yeah, it was pretty bad.
It was basically just the Fergie track with him saying a word in between.
Yeah, and wasn't that also the track where he rapped about his semen? That was.
I think he said sweet semen. I think he said that.
Yeah, it was weird.
Well, like besides that, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I am not crazy about Treacherous Twins, but I don't hate it either. I'm just a little on the fence with it. I don't know if you have any strong thoughts on it that you want to throw out there about that.
I mean, it's just one of those songs. Like I was singing it to my dog the other day. I was like, "Yeah, you're my treacherous little twin." Like that's it.
I'm glad the song has touched you in that way.
Yeah, that's my twin. Yeah,
I think they just pick up more on "Pussy and Millions." I think that track's great with Travis.
That's top 3 for me on the album. That's top 3.
All right, that's
top 3. I really like that one.
Yeah, no, I think Drake and 21 Savage come through with a strong energy on there, and Travis does great on the back end, and I think the beat's great as well. It's one of the more epic beats on the record.
What I have a problem with on social media is people going, "Oh, yeah, the album's all right. Travis saved the album and had the best verse on the whole album." That to me is insanity, and I'm glad that you didn't say that.
No, I don't think that. I think Travis's verse is fine, but it just, for the most part, just kind of sounds like an average Travis verse. Like, I feel like the Drake verses on Rich Flex, on BS, Middle of the Ocean, the last track.
Of course.
All those tracks are way better verse-wise than what Travis does on that track. I think that's kind of a silly thing to say.
Yeah, yeah.
Broke Boys is a banger.
I love that song.
That's a great track. Middle of the Ocean, I talked about that one earlier. Like, to me, that's when Drake is kind of in his element. He's in that emotional little kind of diary, I'm going to check you up on everything kind of element. I did think the Serena bar was a little weird and bitter, but, I mean, that's kind of his vibe. That's kind of him. I feel like that was kind of one of his.
You know what I like though? You know what I like? And he did this in, if you're reading this, it's too late, but when Drake is being like, he's the one throwing shots and he's talking shit, I like that.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I don't mind, because it wasn't really insulting. It wasn't insulting her. It was this guy did something apparently. I mean, I don't know if anyone knows what it is, but I like when Drake's throwing shots and he's talking shit. That's like my favorite version of Drake.
Okay.
But yeah, go ahead.
I don't know. I mean, given that he's kind of gone out with her a couple times and then she kind of moved on to this other guy, it just kind of seems like a little bit of I'm just like an angry ex-boyfriend sort of thing.
Bro, I mean, have you ever been an angry ex-boyfriend?
No, actually, no. I don't really give a shit who my exes are dating.
That's fair.
Okay.
That's fair. I agree. That's fair.
All right. So, what did you think? I didn't really care for this track. What did you think of Jumbotron Shit Poppin'?
Wait, let me play the intro to this.
Yeah, play it up. To me, it's a track where he just kind of sounds like he's doing a Young Thug thing. I don't really care for it too much.
Yeah, I didn't understand you're saying he's doing a Young Thug thing. I think that
his flow at a few points kind of sounds like that, especially around the middle.
Yeah, see, I don't want to just disagree to disagree here, but I gotta completely disagree with you.
Go for it.
I think that I think that this song. Wait, is this the one with Drake by himself?
Yeah, Drake's by himself on that one.
Yeah, never mind. I don't know. I think that that's the song I've listened to the least on the album.
Oh, okay.
I think that is. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying it's the least.
He's not saying it's bad. Don't say it's a bad song. He's not saying it's bad. He just says not listen to it as much. Okay.
Yeah, because the next song, More M's.
That one's fire.
That song is great. The way Drake comes in is crazy.
Yeah, no, that track is, that track to me kind of gets back to the kind of cold, murderous vibe of the first few tracks, and I think it's, I think that's a good energy. I think it's a good pace for the record. I think that's the kind of vibe where Drake and 21 Savage work together the most sensibly. Obviously the whole album couldn't be that vibe, but that's where I feel like they're most on the same wavelength. Because I feel like they. I feel like they complement each other best in that way, because 21 Savage, after a while, he can be a little monotonous because he's not the most, expressive rapper out there. And Drake, I think, needs somebody to come on a track with him and just, give him some kind of tough guy credibility, because obviously, 21 Savage comes in with way more street cred than he does. And, he gives him the chance to what?
I love these random things you just throw in there, like this bait. I'm not falling for it, dude.
Who do you think has more shooters, Drake or 21 Savage?
Street cred than Drake?
Who's got more shooters? Does 21? Who has more bodies under their belt? Do you think Drake or 21 Savage?
Who has more bodies, bro?
Yeah, who has more bodies?
First of all, I'm not going to answer that question on stream. I'm not going to answer that.
While 21 Savage was putting guys 6 feet underground, Drake was on Degrassi.
So let me get this straight. So you believe that's fine. So 21 Savage can say whatever he wants, and it's, oh my God, he's doing it. Drake, anyone else says shit, it's bullshit.
No,
that's
Drake can say whatever he wants. I think Drake doesn't say the same kind of things that 21 Savage does. Like if you just take any random Drake track and then any random 21 Savage track, they say very different things. Like they don't say the same shit.
Listen, just because someone's on a hit television show, okay, because they're trying to pay, for their family. I think his mom. He said things in the songs about his mom having medical bills, stuff like that. You don't know what was going on behind the scenes, bro. You don't know, dude. And I'm not going to sit here and act like, oh, yeah, he was on Degrassi, so no.
Valid.
Dude, I'm pretty sure that dude, Steve from Blue's Clues, was like a serial killer or some shit, bro. I don't know. Something was weird with that guy. Or no, the other guy who took over, something. Dude, the point is, we don't know, bro. We don't know.
No, I'm pretty sure we definitively know that nobody who ever hosted Blue's Clues was a serial killer. I think we know that. I think we definitively know that.
There was one guy. There's something weird happened. I think it was the third one. It doesn't matter.
I don't think there's ever been a murderer host of Blue's Clues. I'm serious here. Okay.
Google.
All right. I will Google it.
The first Steve is good. Steve's good.
I will Google it. Google.
Oh, it's the guy who played Barney, bro.
Oh, okay. So not Blue's Clues at all.
It was not Blue's Clues, but I was just giving a point, like a kid's show. There's people doing crazy shit.
Okay, I mean that's fine, but that's different than saying like this guy from Blue's Clues might have been a murderer. We don't know. We honestly don't know. We really have no idea. We have no clue. When in fact we do actually there are things that we do know, and we do know that no one who has hosted Blue's Clues has murdered anyone.
Wait a second. Okay, and that's all I'm saying is fine. All I know is this. You, after this little Discord right here, you might shut the camera off, take your hat off, and put a wig on and go into the street and attack people. We don't know this. We don't know what happens behind the cameras, bro. We can just we can assume, okay? And what you're doing, you're assuming that Drake, he's on Degrassi, so he's going home and he's like picking flowers outside. No,
I don't think he's picking flowers outside. I just don't think he's murdering anyone.
Hey, dude, again. I'm not saying anything on stream. I don't know. I
don't think Drake was on Degrassi. Here's literally what I am saying. I have a hard time believing Drake, while he was on Degrassi, and even today, was gripping the chrome and filling various bodies in the 6 full of lead, and then going home to his mom for whatever was dinner that evening.
So you don't believe that, but you believe 21 Savage, who was literally eating biscuits and sipping tea. You believe that he was out there going crazy, but Drake, oh no, there's no way Drake could have been doing anything, involved in anything. All right, bro, that's fine, dude.
But he literally did not sort of spend his teen years in the UK.
All right, you know what? Fine. I didn't know that. So
yeah, he didn't just like move over from the UK recently. I mean, I said that in the review. That was kind of a joke. He was just born there, and that's just kind of...
Again, here, you're saying jokes and then not specifying it's a joke, just like your bullshit Drake video with the vegan cookie recipe.
It's obviously a joke. Did you think that was a real photo of him in the soldier's outfit? with the hat on that I used in the review? Did you think that was a real picture? Did you think that was like a real picture of him being a part of the Queen's Guard? Like, no. Obviously it was a joke.
Yeah, no, I knew that, bro. I knew that. I'm saying that. All right, let's move on, bro. Let's move on from this. Let's move on from this. More
M's is great. We talked about 3 a.m. on Glenwood. I want to talk more about the closer. I want to talk specifically about the closer. I feel like that's
great track.
Okay, so you like it, but like, what do you like about it? Because I think that's a pretty emotional track for Drake. I think that's a song that, in a way, it does kind of contextualize some of the toxicity of the record, because it seems like his actions and behavior kind of put him in a position where he is kind of, alone. This person sort of like leaves. And it's and there's obviously like a bit of a disagreement between them, and it's just not working out. Like, what did you think about that whole track? Well, like, not just how it sounded, but like the meaning of it.
Here's how I interpret this, and I know some people look at things, they'll read into this differently. The way I look at it is this: Drake being alone is his choice. It's not, he can't find someone. He could definitely find someone easily.
Yeah, I don't think it has anything to do with him finding or not being able to find anybody.
No. But my point is, I think what he's saying is he's at the point where it's like, I think he might truly think that like it's not possible.
You think Drake thinks it's not possible for him to what, find somebody?
That will, that he, like that'll truly be, I don't know. That's the vibe I'm getting, is that maybe the ones that he would have wanted to be with, or it's over. Like it can't go back to that. That's how I look. That's how I see it. I don't know.
When Drake is asking for what he did wrong, do you think he thinks he did anything wrong, or is he just trying to desperately keep the relationship together, or? Hey, we got to have a deep conversation here, man. We got to talk about some of these tracks in depth, right?
Do I say, so what was that question again?
So there's all the kind of the repetitions of Drake saying, like, tell me, what did I do wrong, to like the person? Yeah. Like, do you feel like Drake is missing that person? He wants them to stay. If Drake did anything wrong, what do you think he's doing wrong? There's no right answer to this question. It's just sort of like, it's just feels. Just throw some feels out there.
I think that's I don't know. I think someone like Drake, I think it's very hard for someone like him to have a real relationship. I think that's the case for like many celebrities or famous people. So I think that Drake has just probably gone through shit that any of us have gone through, kind of like with girls and whatnot. But it's like there's like this different there's like this other element to it. I don't know. He's tried to say this in many songs. There's something else to it. I don't know. It's like he literally can't do it or something. Like he can't be in a relationship. I don't know. Chat, help me out here, bro.
Do you feel when you think of that, do you feel like that's sad for him? You're in a relationship. You enjoy being in a relationship, right?
Yeah.
Do you think it's sad that Drake can't be in a relationship?
It's do you think it's sad?
No, I don't think it has to be. I don't think the single life is all that bad. I mean, like, enjoy yourself. Just enjoy your fucking life. Enjoy being free. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah, I don't know. This has become like some kind of therapy thing. I'm like thinking like deeply.
Well, Drake is an emotional guy. I mean, we should discuss his emotions.
Listen, I think that at the end of the day, Drake, and not just this song, but on many albums, has expressed like, you know, kind of like hey, even someone like me, you know, he's one of the biggest artists, you know, whatever. Like, I'm going through this shit too. So I think that's where like I think that's where like a lot of people like him, because it's like, this dude could be rapping about random places that no one knows what they are, diamonds, all this shit, but somehow he's still relatable, you know, 10 plus years into this. And I think that's why Drake is, you know, still on top.
And that's like you. You're a big successful streamer, and you're still relatable, and you're jet setting. You're going places people have never been, Paris, and you know, you're just you're just out here just like Champagne Poppy.
I mean, that literally doesn't make sense, but I appreciate it.
Were you there to shoot a music video for your new hit single Guido's in Paris?
I was actually there to shoot something.
Oh, okay, cool.
I was there to shoot something.
I like it.
It was my Instagram pictures.
Thank you for bringing more Italian representation to Twitch.
Are you Italian?
I am, yeah.
Dude, I like. Oh, hold on. This is what I was gonna say, because I was like trying to think of what I was gonna say. What does Drake have to do? Because after all of this, it sounds like you like most of the songs. Am I right?
Let me see. Like, there are songs I think are okay. There are songs that I hate. There are songs that I love. And when I averaged them all out, it was just, you know, a bit of a mixed bag. But overall, I thought the record was decent.
So, what does Drake have to do, in your opinion, just for you? Because this is just your review, right?
Yeah.
For you to give Drake a 9 or a 10 on an album, what would have to happen?
I mean, I think
to be the score.
I think it would just have to be a little more consistent. I mean, if we, you know, there are a couple of tracks on this thing I would lob off. You know, I feel like the 3 I'm on Glenwood was not necessary. We could have gotten rid of Jumbotron. That could have gone. The Circo Loco was a non-starter out of the gate, and Hours of Silence I think could have been cut down a little bit toward the end, and all of that together. And you know, honestly, while the end part I wasn't crazy about it, I think really the biggest fucking, you know, glaring flaw in that record is the part where 21 Savage sings. Like, if we had maybe just made that a Drake track and had that transition into just a shorter outro, I think those handful of things alone would have made this record at least like closer to an 8.
Listen.
What?
A lot of people disagree with your rating. I just want.
That's fine. People.
A lot of people disagree with your rating. I would say most.
I know you're like, hey, what does he need to do to get toward an 8 or 9? Like, let's appreciate the fact that from Drake record to Drake record, okay, we literally went from what, a 3 to a not good to a 6.
You gave CLB a 3. There's like, that's literally insane, bro.
There's so many
that's
awful tracks on it. Way Too Sexy is one of his worst songs. All right, listen.
So one song on an album makes it.
No, it doesn't. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
What did you give to Pimp a Butterfly? What did you give to Pimp a Butterfly?
That's a 10. That's a fucking 10.
That's a 10. Do you know how many skippable songs are on that album?
Like
you
what?
just like, oh, dude, it was like cool. Like at the end, like he like interviewed Tupac. Really, bro?
Yeah, that part is cool, but I love the actual content of the songs and the record.
Dude. First of all, Damn is better than To Pimp a Butterfly.
It's catchier. That doesn't mean it's better.
What? So then what? I don't understand. What makes good music if it's not catchy? And I'm confused. Like,
well, it's, you know, like jazz music isn't necessarily catchy in the same way a pop song is catchy. Would you say jazz is like inherently like more trash than pop music because it's not as catchy?
Jazz music does like a different thing though. It's
still music though.
Yeah, but there's no singing in it. Like there's no. It's just. Are you talking about like just a saxophone? And,
okay, but you asked me about
catchiness
in music as if catchiness is the sole purpose and goal of music.
It's not always. Catchiness is you singing along.
It's not always.
I'm saying it's you singing along.
Okay, so all I'm saying is like, you know, there are characteristics to music that can make it appealing beyond it just being catchy.
So like what?
Well, I mean, the compositional elements, the aesthetic elements, what is it saying in the lyrics? What is the meaning behind it? Like, what is it trying to get across?
So you'd rather listen to something that isn't even, it doesn't sound great. It just has good meaning.
No,
something
could sound good, but not necessarily be like as hooky as like, I don't know what, Call Me Maybe from Carly Rae Jepsen. You know what I mean? Maybe one of the catchiest songs of the 2010s. But the thing is like, you know, in comparison, would you say that Hours in Silence is inherently a worse song than Call Me Maybe because it's nowhere near as fucking catchy?
No, I would argue it's a better song.
Well, why would you argue it's a better song? It's inherently like, it's objectively not as catchy of a track. That song is never going to accrue as many streams as Call Me Maybe or stick in the heads as many people as Call Me Maybe because that hook is way fucking catchier. But you're saying that song is better? Why is it better if it's not as catchy?
But I didn't say that songs are just better because they're catchier. I'm saying, what would you rather
listen to? That literally like was your argument though. Like,
no, I'm saying, what would you rather listen to? Something that's catchy?
I don't have a preference. I think both things can be good in different contexts. Like,
so if you're driving in the car,
I don't inherently prefer music that is or is not instantly catchy. I'm just saying there's more than one way to skin a cat, aka make a good song.
Okay, that's why I'm asking you.
Yeah.
When you go, you're sitting in the car, you plugged in your phone, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna play music.
Yeah.
Are you gonna play a random song off of To Pimp a Butterfly, like out of context, or are you gonna play like a catchy like song? Like it
actually depends on the drive. Like if I have a long drive ahead of me, and I actually have the time to listen to Pimp a Butterfly all the way through, I'll do it. But if I'm if I'm on a short drive or whatever, I'm just kind of going from point A to point B, and I only have so much time, I'll just put on a banger.
Wait, so you'll put on the entire To Pimp a Butterfly on a long drive?
Because it's like it's a story album. It's like it's like a fucking movie.
You know what, chat? I don't want you to think I'm hating on that album, but I just think that it's I think it's one of those things where it's like, I don't know. You're like, you know, you just, it's like arguing like a critically acclaimed movie. Like, I don't think that the movie, what the fuck is it called? Chat, what's that movie with it takes place in like China? And it won like an Academy Award, but I literally, fuck, what is it? It's not Avatar, bro. What? Oh, Parasite. Dude,
Parasite? Wait, isn't Parasite a Korean movie or?
Wait, what?
Is Parasite a Chinese movie or is it a Korean movie?
Someone said Chinese. I think it's Korean. I think, but either way.
Okay. Yeah, people are saying it's a Korean movie. I'm pretty sure it's a Korean movie.
I think it's Korean.
I cannot speak to that movie, not because I dislike it or whatever. I just don't watch that many movies. Honestly, it's kind of embarrassing. But I go on, go make your point.
Well, no. All my point was that the way that I think most people like to enjoy music or like things on TV or whatever is like, I don't think think, and I love like amazing like written movies and stuff like that. But if I'm throwing something on, most of the time, bro, I'm not gonna have the time to like listen to like a 2-hour thing or like a 1-hour thing or watch like a 2-hour thing. So I think like most people consuming music are just want to hear like, I don't know, like hit songs. Like they want to hear catchy songs. So like why does this why is this like an insane thing? Because we've talked about this before.
I don't think it's insane. Look, I get the premise of what you're saying. I mean, listen, this is like the kind of, I like whatever crazy, not catchy, pretentious music, so on and so forth. And I'm like a, super hard critic and this and that. But honestly, truthfully and honestly, when I'm watching like TV, when I'm chilling out and I'm watching TV, I just watch shitty reality shows, honestly, because I'm thinking about music all day. I don't want to think about some kind of deep, stupid, amazing, profound television show. I just want to watch a bad reality show. Just take a break, not think too much. And I get it. There's some people that approach music like that. They just want to play some poppy shit that feels good in the background. And
hold on a second though. I am in no way saying that this album is just some random catchy fucking Carly Rae Jepsen. I'm not saying that. There's fucking good ass lyrics in this shit.
I'm not saying this applies to the album that we're talking about. I'm saying there's different levels to what people kind of demand or expect from the media that they consume. And while there are super deep and profound TV shows that I do like, when I'm just casually looking to unwind after I'm done working, after a long day in the music review minds of overthinking whatever fucking album it is I'm talking about, I just don't want to think too much about whatever fucking TV show I'm watching, and I want to watch Love After Lockup.
Yeah, no, I get it. Listen, so besides just being like, oh yeah, take this song off, is there anything that you could say for like a new album?
Yeah.
What would have to come out for you to be like, oh, you know what, dude? Fuck, man. Drake did it. That's a 9 out of 10 for me, or a 10 out of 10 for me. What would you have to hear? Like, what kind of album?
No, I mean, I don't think, listen, I don't think like there's some kind of like perfect record hidden in Drake like suddenly making a metal record or something like that. You know what I mean? I think Drake has all the characteristics that an artist needs to have in order to like make much better albums, which has been so aggravating for me when he's come out with shit that I think is mid over the past couple of years, because he has a distinct sound, a distinct style and voice. He has, a lyrical style that people sort of instantly recognize. He has, due to his connections in the industry and his budgets, like probably unlimited resources in terms of the producers he could have access to, the writers he could have access to, the features he could have access to. He could be making way more ambitious and better music than he is. And that's not a slight to this record over here, because I think this album was a breath of fresh air. He really took a risk on this record. He did something cool. He did something fun on this album. He sounds like he's having fun on this album. Like, thank fucking God, because the past couple of Drake records have been so fucking devoid of fun. This record was so fun in its best pockets, and he sounds like he's having fun on the best parts of the album. I feel like, and honestly, like, that's how a lot of Drake's older records used to be. Like, of course, like, Take Care had its like moody moments, but there were a lot of fun tracks on there, like Headlines and so on and so forth. Like, he's coming back to making fun bops that have a lot of energy, and like, he's playing around a little bit. Yeah, that part that people are making fun of on the front end is like a little buttery and so on and so forth, but that part is fun. And there's many other parts of the record that are fun too. And I feel like Drake kind of being in the position that he is, and having kind of the sway in the audience that he does, can be doing better to just be kind of fucking entertaining. Like, fucking entertain us. I don't want to fucking, hear you just like auto-tune moaning for 4 fucking minutes into the atmosphere. Like, come on, give me a fucking bop.
So that sounds like an 8.5 or 9 out of 10 for you. That I mean, you just described the album. And
look, it's not that he hasn't made music that I enjoyed so much before, because, I think If You're Reading This Is Too Late is great. I love that record. I think that record's fantastic. I think that record is bangers on bangers, and even the moody spots hit, and it's really consistent. There's very little content on that record in terms of just like stuff that I find to be completely a snooze. And even on this record, even though that is more so the case for this album, it's only a couple spots. It's a few pockets here and there. This album is the most fun record Drake has put out in a while, in my opinion.
So I guess we can. I don't know, bro. I guess we could leave it there. I feel like I haven't got a straight answer, but
Yeah, because I don't think there's a really clear cut answer to the question you're asking. Honestly, like I don't have like a rubric or sort of like the perfect Drake record idealized in my mind that he has to do. You know what I mean? Like
not even just that, but the fact that all these great things you just said, but it's still a 6. Like a 6 out of 10.
Well, I didn't go over. I didn't go
6 out of 10, that's a failure, bro.
That's no. It's not at least in my rating scale. Anything above a 5 is I enjoyed it to some degree. Anything below a 5 means I hated it, and a 5 is like on the fence.
Okay.
It's not like a grade like you're passing a fucking class. It's not the same.
Okay. All right. I mean, we could. I don't. Is there anything? I chat. You guys are literally fucking crazy, bro.
What were we gonna say? Is there anything? What else I want to say?
Before we dip, is there anything else?
I like you, and you're definitely Drake, and I'm 21 Savage.
Dude, I can't keep doing this.
Before I go, can you be like, Fantano, can you do something for me? Can you do that? Come on, can you do it one time before we go? Come on, do it.
I don't even know what are you saying
just
to
say,
do?
Fantano, can you do something for me? You know, the whole part.
Wish.
I did it for you. I did it for you earlier.
Wish I would say that. All right, I gotta go because I have to do something right now.
Oh, you're cutting out.
I have to do something.
You're cutting out of doing this. You're not going to do this.
I don't even know what you're saying.
You to I can't. Fantano, can you do something for me? Can you talk to the ops next for me? Come on.
So if I'm walking and I'm, do you get it?
Wait, sorry. Repeat it. You were breaking up.
If so,
you're still, I don't know why you're breaking. You're breaking up all of a sudden.
What do you mean?
Yeah,
what do you mean I'm breaking up?
Okay, now you're not breaking up. Now you're back. I don't know why.
Okay. Right?
Fuck. Your audio keeps breaking up. Why is your audio breaking up?
All right, I'm going to sing it. You ready?
Okay. Why is his audio breaking? I can't even hear him. Are you doing this on purpose?
I'll see you later, bro.
Okay, bye. What a coward. Cowardly.